And Norm Miller's excuse. This is Norm Miller's excuse for why he was in when Terry Moss got the contract signed and all of that while he was in court with Grant when that was signed and why he had to be a witness. This is their excuse. Grant needed to use my dad for the lithium carb thing because in order to protect everybody here and get the whole state to protect herself and protect Norm Miller from everything they were planning to do, not only to my father, but to me. And also inside of the jail, this is before I had immunity. Remember, I never got the Terry Moss contract when I got immunity. I got it the first time. The second time I went to jail in 010, I got the immunity. So the first time I never got immunity, I got the Moss contract. And their excuse is that my dad was schizophrenic and all this shit, and they were watching people. And that in order for Grant or Norm Miller to basically hide their victims with Tiffany and O'Shea and what they were trying to do to them with the mental health agencies, they needed to work with Callahan and Carla Herb because Carla Herb could sign certain contracts if the prosecutor allowed it. And then, therefore, if the victims of those crimes ever give up any medical information to crime victims assistance in Columbia County, to like Katie Pankratz was said to John Berg, to my dad giving up his lithium carb information for bipolar in remission with PTSD, not schizophrenia. Well, then their victims could never sue them. And then they have people that could always get the evidence against their victims. That's the idea of Grant and Norm Miller's racketeering scheme. And Chris Peterman was going to allow Tiffany and O'Shea with Douglas County courts to not only hurt a kid in Crossroads Hospital, not only hurt people in other hospitals, not only play bridge with Eli Newberry where he could have fucking died. You know, they allowed this shit and they thought it was some kind of fucking fun game. So their own police agencies in the state of Oregon could never get watched when they hurt their own victims if their own victims ever give up intelligence to another agency or even someone in the courthouse against them. Let's say even another prosecutor, i.e. Martwick, or they go to Crime Victims Assistance, or they go to anywhere. They always have built intelligence by working with the mental health agencies because the person you abuse probably is most likely going to end up there or is a drug addict. So therefore, you could always grab your intelligence, and Grant and Norm Miller would never have to really have any prior intelligence, and they could laugh about it and laugh at everybody that has the prior medical records and Judge Grove and Judge Reed and Berkeley Smith and all them that have all that prior shit on those kids. That's a joke because we could turn them into drug addicts and we could get our own medical info. That's the whole idea of the racketeering scheme with Norm Miller's schizophrenia thing and Judge Grant and every police agency in the whole state of Oregon sticking up for it. They're sticking up for the crimes in their own communities they commit on their communities. It's fucked up.